Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome you all in PIST Virtual Learning System Session 2020. Hope you all fine and enjoying your virtual learning classes. So dear students, this lecture is for grade first year, boys and girls, subject computer science, and this is our 20th video lecture. Dear students, today we are going to start new chapter number 5, computer networks. Today we will discuss unit introduction, then we will continue with network communication and network communication components, modes of network communication, simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. So let's start with the introduction of the unit. After completing this lesson, you will be able to understand the following points. So first of all, define basic network components: sender, receiver, and medium. Number 2, describe modes of communication: simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. Next, describe communication media: guided and unguided media. Then identify communication devices: switch, router, and gateway. Understand network architecture: client server and peer-to-peer. The next is identify network types: LAN, MAN, WAN, and VPN. Then identify network topologies: star, ring, bus, and mesh. Identify the purpose of a communication standards. Understand OSI model and concept of its layers. Provide examples of protocol and devices at each layer of OSI model. Describe TCP over IP protocol suite used for communication over the internet. Second last is compare the TCP suite with OSI model. Then in the last, we will discuss differentiate between circuit switching and packet switching. So dear students, continue with network communication and protocols unit introduction. So let's start with unit introduction. A network is a collection of computers or other devices called nodes that communicate with each other on a shared network medium. This unit dedicated to data communication over computer networks and the protocols that make it possible. It describes how computer networks are created and what their advantages are. It introduces different types of computer networks and network devices. It describes the purpose of having communication standards and discusses OSI model that allows computers of different manufacturers to communicate with each other. The last section of this unit explains how IP addressing schemes identify a computer on internet. So this unit will introduce a network. A network is a collection of computers. So when you have two and more than two computers, and if they are connected with each other, it is called a computer network. So network is a collection of computers or other devices, and these devices are called nodes. And these nodes can communicate with each other. So dear students, network communication. What is a network communication? People use computer networks almost daily to conduct personal and professional business. This trend is accelerating as more people discover the power of computers and communication networks, both for businesses and for homes. The day-to-day transactions at departmental stores, banks, reservation counters, and other businesses are all dependent upon computer networks. So nowadays, dear students, we are everywhere we are using computer networks. We all are connected together with the help of computer network. So we are connected if we are using banking, if we are doing reservation of the tickets and using reservation counters and doing business. So in all areas, all transactions have been done with the help of computer networks. So a computer network is an interconnection between two or more computers. It is a interconnection between two or more computers and or other network devices so that they can communicate with each other to share network resources, both hardware and software. So dear students, a computer network is an interconnection between two or more computers and or other network devices so that they can communicate with each other. So when we talk about the communication, so it means that to exchange your information, exchange of your ideas. So with the help of a network communication, we can communicate the data and information. We can communicate data and information. We can share our information with the help of different medium. A network is made up of a collection of computers and other network devices that allow information exchange to take place. While most network connect computers using some form of cable, the connection can also be wireless, for example, radio or microwave communication. A simple communication network having wired and wireless connection. So here in the diagram you can see, so your network is connected with the help of wired and wireless network. So computers are connected with the help of any medium. It can be a wired, it can be a wireless. So you can share information with the help of the medium, and when two and more than two computers are connected with each other to share the information and data, that is called a computer network. So in simple words, if we talk about the computer network, in simple words, a computer network is a broad term for one of the biggest technological advances in computer science over the last 40 years. A computer network connects part of distributed architecture, whether those parts are made up of a hardware or a virtual or logical resources. Networks are commonly categorized based on their architecture. So basically, the computer networks means that when different computers are connected with each other. A computer network is a group of computers that use a set of common communication protocols over digital interconnection for the purpose of sharing resources located on or provided by the network nodes. So we have two and more than two computers, and these computers are connected with each other with the help of any medium that is called a computer network. So here you can view the network communication. So here you can view, we have Wi-Fi, the signals, radio signal. So your computer network is connected with the help of two medium. We have two medium, a wired media and wireless media. So in wired media, we can use any cables when your computers are connected with the help of wire. Wire means any kind of cable. And wireless media, when you did not need any cable, you are using signals, radio signals, Wi-Fi signals, and with the help of these signals, you can connect your devices. So this is a network communication in which you can share your data and information. So basically, computer network is a group of computers linked to each other that enables the computer to communicate with other computer and share their resources, data, and application. The computer network allows other computer to share and communicate with each other. They can share their data and information. So we can classify here guided media and unguided media. Here we have a wireless medium, unguided media. Here we have a guided media, that is a wired network, and computers are connected with each other with the help of this. This is a communication network, communication over a network, how computer can communicate with each other. And here you can view a diagram where the computers are connected with the help of cable. So this is a simple computer network where all computers are connected with each other with the help of a medium. Network communication components. Data communication basically is the process of transferring information from one point to another in a networking environment. So when we talk about a network communication, it means that you want to send some sort of data. So when you want to send some sort of data, here are some components. That is called data communication, and with the help of data communication you can communicate, you can send your data. So we have 5 basic components: sender, message, medium, protocol, and receiver. So all these are the basic components of network communication, and sometimes we can call it the data communication and the components of data communication. What is needed for successful communication? Sending. Sending device initiates instruction to transmit data, instruction, or information. Then we have communication device connects the sending device to the communications channel. Then we have communication channel media on which data, instruction, or information travel. Then we have communication device connects the communication channel to the receiving device. Then we have receiving device accept transmission of data, instruction, or information. So these are the 5 components which can work in a data communication and network communication. With the help of these components, we can transfer our data. So first of all, we have sender. The sender is a computer. Basically, here you can check the sender, the computer who wants to send the data. The computer who wants to send the data is called sender. So sender, also called transmitter. Transmitter is a computer device that sends the message, data, or information from source to destination computer in a communication network. It may be a computer, workstation, cell phone, or camera. The sender device converts the electrical signals into that form that is suitable for transmission over the communication network. So it converts the signals in that form in which transmission can possible. So this computer is a sender who wants to send the data or a message. The second component is message. It is the information, data to be communicated, shared with other. So this is a sender, and the sender computer wants to share this message, this data on network. So message basically is the data or information that is to be transmitted. Message can be in the form of text, audio, video, or any combination of these. So you can send any kind of message. It can be a text message, audio, video, your file. So you can send. Then we have medium. Medium is the path. A medium is a path or a connection between the sender and a receiver, the device that receives the message. So medium is the path through which message travels from source to the destination. Medium can be wired, for example, telephone cable, coaxial cable, and fiber optics. It can also be wireless, for example, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, microwave, radio wave, and satellite communication. So basically, medium is a connection, a path on which your data will travel and transfer. So with the help of medium, you can send your message. Sender will send the message with the help of any medium. It can follow any medium. It can be a wired telephone cable, coaxial cable, fiber optic cable, and maybe a wireless medium, radio frequency, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and any medium you can use to transfer your message or data. Then we have receiver. Receiver is a device. Receiver is a device that receives the message. On the other end, the device, the computer that receives the message. So receiver is a device which receives transmitted message and data. It can be a computer, workstation, telephone, or television set. The data received from the transmission medium may not be in proper form to be accepted to the receiver, and it must be converted to appropriate form before it is received. So receiver is a device. It can be a computer, laptop, mobile, anything. So the device which can receive the message is called receiver. Then we have protocol, a set of rules for that governs the data communication. Basically, the protocols are a set of rules for the data communication. It sets some rules for the data communication. It represents an agreement between the communication devices. Without a protocol, two devices are connected but may not communicate with each other. So protocols are set of rules for data communication. It sets the rule. If sender wants to send the data and message, so it will follow some rules, and protocols will follow by the sender and pass the message on the medium, and then on the receiving end the receiver will receive the data and then protocol according to the protocols and according to the rules. System components of data communication or a network communication. Message, the message is the information data to be communicated. Popular form of information include text, numbers, pictures, audio, and video. Sender is the device that sends the data message. It can be a computer, workstation, telephone, handset, video, camera, and so on. Receiver is the device that receives the message. It can be a computer, workstation, telephone, handset, television, and so on. Transmission medium. The transmission medium is the physical path by which a message travels from sender to receiver. Some examples of transmission media include twisted pair wire, coaxial cable, fiber optic cable, and radio waves. So these are the components of data communication. Here you can view. So suppose sender wants to send the message on a network. So with the help of a medium, sender will send the message to the receiver by following some rules and by following some protocols. So first of all, the receiver will receive the message, convert the message in that format in which the computer can accept and receiver can receive the data and information. So these are the components of your data communication and network communication, which always work whenever you want to send the data, whenever you want to send the message. Message can be a audio file, video file, text file, your text message, it can be anything. Modes of network communication. Data transmission mode define the direction of the flow of information between two communication devices. It is also called data communication or directional mode. It specifies the direction of the flow of information from one place to another in a computer network. So modes of network communication means that it can specify how your data can flow, how your computer can move your data. Modes of network communication refer to the method or the way the information transmitted from one place to another. So these are the transmission mode: simplex, half duplex mode, full duplex mode. Basically it have three mode: simplex, half duplex, and full duplex mode. Simplex. In simplex mode, the communication is unidirectional. Unidirectional means that data can flow in one direction. the data flow in one direction. A device can only send the data, but cannot receive it, or it cannot receive the data, but cannot send the response and data back. It means that in simplex, the transmission is only one direction. So sender can just send the data, receiver cannot send back the response. Receiver cannot send back the response. So this is a unidirectional and one directional communication. This is a simplex mode. This transmission mode is not very popular as mainly communication required the two-way exchange of data. The simplex mode is used in the business field as in sales that do not require any corresponding reply. The radio station is a simplex channel as it transmits the signal to the listener but never allow them to transmit back. Keyboard and monitor are the examples of the simplex mode, as a keyboard can only accept the data from the user and monitor can only be used to display the data on the screen. The main advantage of the simplex mode is that the full capacity of the communication channel can be utilized during transmission. So advantage of simplex mode is, in simplex mode, the station can utilize the entire bandwidth for the communication channel so that more data can be transmitted at a time. So simplex, basically, simplex mode is a one-way communication. In simplex mode, the data can be sent in one directional. It is a unidirectional. So in simplex mode, here in this diagram, you can see direction of communication. The device A wants to send the data to device B. This is a one directional data. This is called simplex. The television, radio, all these broadcasting is simplex, example of a simplex communication. So in simplex mode, the communication takes place in only one direction. In this mode, communication is unidirectional. The communication can take place in one direction and it is not possible for the receiver to send data back. For example, data being sent to electronic notice board found in train station and airports. Radio and television broadcast. Here you can check the radio and television broadcast are also examples of the simplex transmission. Transmission of information from a computer to a printer is also one direction. So here the sender just can send the data and information to the receiver and receiver cannot send back the response. So computer wants to send the print to the printer. So this is a one-way communication, always follow in a one direction. Next is half duplex. Half duplex transmission is either direction, but not simultaneously. In a half duplex channel, direction can be reversed. The station can transmit and receive the data as well. Can transmit and receive the data as well. Which way? It means it is two-way communication, but not simultaneously. Simultaneously means that not at once. Message flow in both the direction, but not at the same time. The entire bandwidth of the communication channel is utilized in one direction at a time. In half duplex mode, it is possible to perform the error detection. And if any error occurs, then the receiver requests the sender to transmit the data. A walkie-talkie is an example of the half duplex mode. In walkie-talkie, one party speaks and the other party listens. After a pause, the other speaks and the first party listens. Speaking simultaneously will create the distorted sound which cannot be understood. Advantage of half duplex mode. In half duplex mode, both the device can send and receive the data and also can utilize the entire bandwidth of the communication channel during the transmission. So in half duplex communication, this is a two-way communication. Data can send on both directions. Device A will send the data to device B. According to that response, device B can send back the response and data. So in half duplex mode, the communication takes place in both directions, but not at the same time. The signal can only be sent or received at one time. A common example of this type of communication is use of walkie-talkie. where each of person communicate must indicate when they have finished speaking. Half duplex transmission is used also in the transaction oriented system, for example, communication between a computer and credit card machine, and the information sent on a website on a web server. So computer A send the request to the web server www dot any website, then send to the web server according to the request. The web server send back the response. So this is a two-way communication in half duplex. Computer A will send the request and computer B generate the response according to the request. According to that message, it will send back the data or a response. So this is a two-way and bidirectional communication, but not at the same time. Not at the same time. So first the computer A will send the request, and according to that request, the computer B will send the response and request. Then we have full duplex. In full duplex, the communication is bidirectional. The data flow in both directions simultaneously. It means that at the same time, both devices can send and receive data in the both direction and simultaneously. Both the stations can send and receive the message simultaneously. Full duplex mode has two simplex channel. One channel has traffic moving in one direction and another channel has traffic following in the opposite direction. The full duplex mode is the fastest mode of communication between devices. The most common example of the full duplex mode is a telephone network when two people are communicating with each other by a telephone line. Both can talk and listen at the same time. Advantage of full duplex mode is both the stations can send and receive the data at the same time. So here we have an example of a full duplex. So server and the switch. The example between the server and the switch, both are sending and receiving the data and information at the same time simultaneously. So in full duplex mode, the communication take place in both the direction at the same time. In this mode, both sender and receiver can send and receive the data simultaneously. For example, two or more computers connected to a network device such as switch that provides full duplex activity. It is the fastest bidirectional mode of communication. The full duplex mode is like a two-way street with traffic following in both directions at the same time. One common example of full duplex communication is the telephone network. When two people are communicating by a telephone line, both can talk and listen at the same time. Also, full duplex is the most suitable for data communication between computers, between server and the switch. So both can send data and information at the same time. Modes of network communication, the differentiate between all these modes, we can differentiate basis of comparison: simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. Direction of communication: in simplex, this is unidirectional. In half duplex, two directional, but one at a time. Full duplex, two directional simultaneously. Then send and receive. Sender can only send data in simplex. But in half duplex, sender can send and receive data, but one at a time. Sender and receiver both can send and receive data, but at a time, one at a time. Full duplex, sender can send and receive data simultaneously. Performance: worst performing mode of transmission. Better, half duplex is better than simplex, and full duplex best performing mode of transmission. Example: keyboard and monitor. Simplex example is keyboard and monitor, and in half duplex, walkie-talkie, and in full duplex it is telephone. So this is a comparison between three modes: simplex, half duplex, and full. So dear students, thank you so much. Inshallah, in next lecture, we will continue this topic. Till then, Allah Hafiz.